says Henry Hearns Jr. Go with Christ for a better life, says Henry Hearns Jr.
Hi everybody,
for writing this song. Happy birthday, Henry Hearns Jr. 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 Happy birthday, Henry Hearns Jr.
Welcome! Thanks for being here to celebrate Henry Hearns Jr. Take a quick moment to sign this birthday card. He'll love it. Please watch your step heading down. To be a legend, leave the pen where you found it.
Go with Christ for a better life, says Henry Hearns Jr. Go with Christ for a better life, says Henry Hearns Jr.
Brother Star, and opened up his home. He fixed this birthday for me, invited my friends and old Herbert and Ben. I thank God for y'all. And I am a Christian. I'm a minister. You know, and my daddy used to always get on me about lying, and I can't help it. I just lie all the time. I mean, my daddy used to whip me for lying. You know, we from Mississippi. Yeah, I heard that. You drink anything, but it's all right. I'm just teasing.
What part of Mississippi?
I'm from Olive Branch, Mississippi, next to Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh.
And, you know, it wasn't too much to do around there as kids, but go to school and lie. You know? I said, you know, all my cousins and stuff was all at the house. I said, lying in the yard, lying in the yard. Everybody ran in the house, right? My dad looked out the door and he saw the big collie dog. Every summer, this man would shave hair from around his waist and leave it on his neck and tail. It looked like a lion, right? My dad said, boy, did I talk to you about the lion? Did I say you shouldn't be doing that? You go up in your room and you talk to the Lord for an hour. And so I'll come up there an hour later. I'll talk to you. And if God don't get you, I won't get you. And an hour later, my dad came and had that belt in his hand. He said, boy, you talked to the Lord about that dog? I said, yes, sir. He said, what the Lord say to you? I said, the Lord told me the first time he saw that dog, he thought it was lying too. And that's him on the phone. Hey, I'm talking about you, Dad. Hey. Huh? I don't know where that is.
Desert Heat.
But hey, I can give you the start. Did you come down 30th Street? 30th Street West. Here, Mary, can you tell him?
I'm not 30th
Here,
West.
Okay. What happened, you know, in my life, as I told you, my dad used to whip me. Yeah, I lie a lot. Hey, you know, he used to whip me for lying. I got grown, I went to go see him down in Mississippi, right? And I went to the house and Mama all dressed. I said, hey, Mom, where you going? Said, Henry in court for lying. You know my daddy, Henry Jr. I said, for lying? I said, all the whoopers I got? I said, we gotta go and see this. So we got there. But we got there and when we got to the courthouse, the judge, it was a lady judge, she said, Mr. Hearns, you suing the police department of Mississippi saying that you got a broken leg, but when the state trooper asked you what was wrong with you, you said nothing. Well, can you explain to us what happened? My father said, yes, ma'am, Your Honor. Popped his fingers. He said, I was driving a cattle truck, and just before I got to the state line, this Mustang car, swooped in front of me, and I had to swoop to miss it. And I turned that truck over and I threw them cows all across the pasture. Man, and the state trooper, I'm sitting on the side of the truck, state trooper walked up to me and said, what's wrong with that cow, sir? Said, he got a broken leg. And he took out his gun, cocked it, and put it to the cow's head. Boom! Killed that cow, graveyard dead. He said, what's wrong with that cow? Said, he got a broken leg. She got a broken leg. Boom! He killed her. He said, what's wrong with that cow? Said, nothing. He walked past that cow. Said, what's wrong with that cow? Said, she got a broken leg. Boom, he killed that cow. And he walked over to me. That gun just smoked. He said, what's wrong with you, sir? I said, absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. You know, hey, I said, wow. And so he lied. You know, so hey man, why should I stop lying? You know? So as I kept on growing up, got a little older, you know, I wasn't that smart in school, right? I had a lot of fun in school. Matter of fact, we had this boy, and like I said, I grew up in Mississippi, this guy named Ben DeLala. He flunked 8th grade 8 times, man. I about scared of him, I wasn't bad. And we was out there playing marbles, and my friend, old Star, bought me some steel ball bearing balls, and boy, when I hit them marbles with that steel ball bearing, I don't bust up the game. He said, I want 2 of them steel ball bearing balls. I said, I can't do it, Ben. He went to whooping on me, bell run, we ran in class. I said, I don't know how I'm gonna get away from Ben. So what I did, I took them hot, you know, it was cold. I had them on, my mom and daddy brought me some Lone Ranger gloves. I picked them up and put them on that stove. I mean, they got hot. I mean, forever 11 hot. I scooped them up in my glove, and I went and set it on my desk. You know where the line goes, the hose ain't pin and stuff. And so I put it up there and that, and Ben saw them balls sitting up there. He went over there, and he tried to be cool, and he had his overall, and he took pencil and just raked it in the back pocket. And he went and sat down in the seat. When he sat down, wow, he was hollering. He jumped up. He tried to jump up, and he hung to the desk. Wow, wow. Teacher went there and said, what's the matter with you, man? Sit down, what's wrong with you? You got ants in your pants? He said, no, man, I'm hot steel balls. That's my things, yeah. And so after a while, you know, I had to find a job. You know, like I said, I wasn't that smart in school. And so, but you couldn't beat me common sense. I had great common sense. And so what happened, I got me a job, and I was driving for a limousine company. And they heard about this man did a speech for oil, right? He did oil. I said, I'll drive this man around. And so I've been driving around, I heard him make the speech. I said, you know, there ain't no fairness in this country. He said, what do you mean, my good fellow? I said, man, I've been hearing you make this speech about oil. I can make that speech better than you can. He said, I got my degree. I said, I don't care nothing about no degree. I can make this speech better than you can. He said, okay, this next school we're going to, they don't know me. We about the same size. I put on your chauffeur limousine suit, and you put on my professor suit. And you go up there, and you make the speech. And I stop you from sucking eggs. I said, that's a good idea. Take your pictures off. So we changed, and we went up there to that school. Boy, I got down. I made that speech beautiful. And man, the principal of the school said, we have a few minutes left. Anybody like to ask this educated gentleman a question? Get this, one of them eggheads, we call them nerds nowadays, book under each arm. He walked up to me to the front. He said, Professor, if over 1 million years ago, a dinosaur died, and today on a wildcat drilling mission, a drill bit drills down through the air stratosphere, through the carcass of that dinosaur, and it comes up. Could you tell us what the soil in that drill bit would be? I looked at him and I said, you know, as long as I've been in this business, I ain't never been asked such a simple question as that. And just to show you how simple it is, we're going to have my chauffeur to come up and give you that. Ask him to come up and give you the answer, boy. And so, man, that's some of the things I went through. And then now, like I said, Mississippi, you know, after a while I started boxing. You know, and this is true. You know, in London, I would fight. Yeah. I won the light heavyweight title in 1980. In 83, I won this heavyweight title. And I'm going to give my dad a little credit for that, because when I was boxing amateur, and I was here in Lancaster, I was beating everybody, you know. I ran all my sparring partners away. And this is the truth. And I didn't have nobody box with me, right? And then I was getting ready, we were having a glove and gloves tournament the next week. And I didn't have nobody. My daddy stepped in, and he boxed with me. That's the first time I boxed somebody so tall with a reach. And now, since I boxed with him, that don't matter to me. But my daddy helped me get in shape. I want to thank him for that, although he's not here. And he really shaped my life a whole lot. He made me go to bed early when I had to go to fight. You got to get up and run. You can't go out and party. Dad, I can beat this guy. Go to bed. So I had to go to bed, you know. So I thank God for that. And when I turned pro, that's with me. So I still go to bed. I don't go out and party when I'm supposed to be fighting. I stay at home. I went out with dances and stuff. But I still remember my dad's teaching. So anyway, this man heard about me fighting. And he lived in Chicago. I was in Mississippi. And he said, I want to come out there and talk to you, Mr. Hearns, about your boxing career. I said, okay. He said, but I would like to go quail hunting. I said, the best place to go quail hunting is on my granddaddy farm. He got some big quail. So we set up a date. So I went to pick him up from the airport. He got out the airplane looking like little Lord Fauntleroy. He had them boots all the way up and the big thing like that, little hat on. He about the cutest little thing I seen. And he walked, he said, I said, okay, so I picked him up and we went down to Mississippi, he came into Memphis. But I took him down to Mississippi. I said, I gotta go ask my grandfather, you wait right here. And I can run in the house and I'll be right back out. So I went in and said, hey, Granddad, I got that guy that I was telling you about. He wanted to talk to me about my boxing career, but he wanted to go hunting. He said, son, I want you to go out there and shoot as many as you want. He said, I hope you catch a lot of them. I said, okay, I'll do that. And so as I walked into the door, he said, son, but I need you to do me a favor. I said, what's that, Granddad? He said, oh, Joe, my mule, the veterinarian was out here yesterday. He said, he's sick, he died. And I didn't have nerve to shoot him. He said, but would you shoot him for me? I said, yeah, Granddad, I don't want to do it, but if he's suffering, yeah, I'll shoot him for you. He said, just leave him there. Me and the boys come out, take him in later. I said, okay. So I was going back to my car. I said, I'm going to have some fun with this Hollywood dude. I got in my car, I turned on, I pressed on the gas, threw rocks up against the house, man. And I'm going down the road. I said, that man, my granddad, that old man said, no, you're not a Hollywood boy. Get out of here. You can't hunt on my property. I said, and I saw Joe out there. I said, I hit the brake. I said, I'll show him. I got my gun. I went up there. Boom! I shot old Joe. Killed him. Graveyard dead. About the time I looked around to see what the Hollywood dude thought, I heard 3 more shots. Bam! 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 I said, man, what are you doing? He said, Henry, that old man made you so mad I killed 3 of his cows. I said, oh my God. So that's just some of the things I went through down in Mississippi. And like I said, I went to Mississippi and, you know, I went to college down there and I met this girl, white girl, pretty like you. And, you know, like back in the 60s, you know, we weren't supposed to be doing that. And so she asked me she told me she wanted me to come over to her house for dinner. I said, what? She said, come over to my house for dinner. I said, okay, I'll come with you. So I went. I said, did you tell your mother now? She said, yeah, I told him. And so when I went over there, you know, we was all in the living room sitting down talking. Then her mother got up and went in the back room and she called her, went in the washroom, right? And he called her and said, well, she said, come here, baby. So she went in the back room, so I kind of eased up, I stepped behind her just to hear what's going to be said. She said, how many times I tell you that black and white don't go together? I opened that door, I went in there to tell her a piece of my mind, but she was talking about clothes. She was talking about clothes. That's what I'm talking about, you know? Yeah, so you know, so that's some of the things that happened, and then everybody doing okay. I'm having a good time. Y'all having a good time. Okay, so I remember, like I said, hey, how you doing? Come on. Yeah, y'all inside the car. Come on through. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That sounds like wait a minute. No, it's not. That's my cousin, y'all. Yeah, that's a person. This is our cousin over here. We don't know it. This is a person, my cousin.
Nice to meet you too. I don't want to touch that.
Hi, everyone! Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Hello. Hello. Yeah. How you doing?
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
another year around
I
the
just
sun.
started. All right. So you know, I have me a moving company business. Me, Star, and Herbert, right? And yeah, we have a moving company business. And this lady called me and said, "Mr. Herbert, would you come move us?" I said, "Yes, ma'am. We do like this." So I got the truck. We went over there and we put all the stuff on there. And Herbert said, "Hey man, y'all didn't bring that piano." I said, "But man, it's on the balcony and they built around it, right? They built around it. We couldn't get it off." So what Herbert did, you know, Herbert got a shut. He went up on top of the house and he nailed a 2x4 all over the top of the house and put a pulley on it, right? And when he put a pulley on it, he went down on the ground. He said, "All right, you and Star, let it off easy, and I let it down to the ground, right?" And so what I did, so me and Star, we pushed the piano off the balcony. The piano started down, and Herbert started up, had the rope wrapped around his arm. They passed each other about halfway up there. That piano hit the ground, boom, broke to 1,000 pieces. I mean, splinters just covered the neighborhood. And Herbert's head went up there, hit that pulley, pow! And now, bam, he fell right backside on the busted piano. Me and Star ran downstairs. I slapped Herbert on the face and said, "Speak to me, Herbert, speak to me." Because I knocked him unconscious. I said, "Speak to me, Herbert, speak to me." Herbert opened his eyes and said, "What I want to speak to you for? I just passed you twice that day. You didn't say nothing." Ben, when he first came to the United States, Ben couldn't speak English, right? And so I talked to him. He said, I want to go to the restaurant." He said, "I can't speak," but I understood his language. I could speak his language. So Ben, he said, "I'm going to go to the restaurant and get something to eat." I said, "Say apple pie coffee." He said, "Apple pie coffee?" I said, "Good." Say it again. Then he said, "Apple pie coffee?" And so he went to the restaurant. The man walked up there, had a little towel on his arm, pencil and pad. He said, "May I help you?" He said, "Apple pie coffee?" He ate that for 3 weeks. he said, "Man, I need something else to eat." He said, "I want something else to eat." I said, "Say ham sandwich." He said, "Ham sandwich." I said, "Good." Say it again, man. He said, "Ham sandwich." He went to the restaurant, and the man walked up, the same man, walked up to him with a little apron, a little thing over his hand, and notebook, pad. He said, "May I help you?" Ben said, "Ham sandwich." He said, "Would that be on wheat or rye bread?" He said, "Ham sandwich." He said, "Would that be on wheat or rye bread?" He said, "Ham sandwich." He said, "Look, bud, I said, would that be on wheat or rye bread?" He said, "Apple pie coffee?" That's just something I went through in school, you know, growing up. And I did grow up here, and I met Scotty, you know, it was in junior high school, right?
No,
Yeah, Armandale, right? Huh?
was it Armadale or
Armandale.
Armadale, okay.
Yeah, junior high school. Yeah, junior high school, and I didn't remember him, but he told me, he used to take up for me. I said, "Who, me?" Yeah. That's when, you know, back then, you know, we didn't get along too good with the opposite race, right? And that's my friend. I said, you know, if that was my friend, no, you can't be messing with him. And then he told me that one guy said that he was getting ready to mess with Scotty. And Scotty told me that one of the other guys said, "That's Henry's friend, you better not mess with him." And he didn't mess with Scotty. And so that made me feel good. And Yolanda, I remember Yolanda way back. High school, yeah, Yolanda was bad. Woo. She's still bad too. But back in high school, man, but this before I met her, we getting ready to get on the bus, right? Before I knew who she was, we getting on the bus. and she had this tight dress around, zippers all the way around, right? And I'm standing behind her, and she get ready to step up on the bus, right? And I'm standing behind her, but she couldn't step because the zipper was too tight. So she reached behind her, and she zipped down the zipper. And she went to step up the second time, and she still couldn't get it. And so she stepped down, she zipped down the zipper again. And she went to step up the third time, and she still couldn't do it. And so she stepped back down, she stepped down the third time. So I just picked up and put on the bus and said, "Woman, sit down." And bam! She slapped me. She slapped me. She said, "Keep your hands off me, you fresh thing." I said, "Fresh? You just done zip my zipper 3 times down there." Yeah, 3 times. Yeah. And then after that, you know, I just stopped, you know. And then she came. I met this other lady who was in the store, right? I stopped trying to help people. Women, they get on your case. I told this woman in the store, man, I said, "Excuse me, miss." She said, "Yeah." I said, "Your stocking's sagging." And she slapped me. Bam! Yeah, she slapped me. I said, "Why you slap me?" She said, "I don't have no stockings on." I'm trying to do it right there. So I said, let me stop. So here you go. Hey, Dad. Yeah.
He's telling you all the stuff.
Yeah.
We want to hear the truth from you. Tell us all about how he was as a little boy.
Oh my goodness. All of that.
I was a good little boy, trust me. I only got a whooping 3 times a week. That's all I got. Yeah, I was good.
Here.
But he
You
used
got
to.
several phone calls.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, they're gone.
Oh, what you tell me I got a telephone call for? Anyway, I left the phone with you so you can talk to my dad and tell him how to get here. But anyway, yeah, so Dad, like I said, I was just telling him about how important you was telling me getting a good education was, right? I already told him about that. And I told him one reason why I didn't get a good one, because I didn't like getting thumped out of the head. Bang! Boy. You know that word. What's that word, boy? You just read it. What's that word? Boy, tears will come to my eyes. But he was trying to get me to get a good education. He said, I couldn't get it, so he gonna beat it in my head, son. And he hit me too hard one time, all the marbles rolled on the floor. So that's the way that happened, man. Yeah, but Dad he was the best dad you could find. You know, he provided for 6 of us. That's 6. We had 6 growing up, but he really provided for the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And when I wanted to join the Boy Scouts, we lived in Pacoima. They didn't have no Boy Scouts out there, right? He started a troop. I know you don't remember the number of the troop, do you? Start with a 4. Troop 425. Troop 425. I never forget that. And that.
Well, that troop was started because he wanted it. And so
Yeah.
they didn't have a scoutmaster. So I went to school and got my training for scoutmaster and started the troop for myself.
That's what I'm telling you. He started that. Troop 425. He started the troop, and he got us together, and we went and we spent the night up in Vasquez Rock. Him and Mr. Ryder. They were doing push-ups. They were competition. Mr. Ryder was my teacher at Bond Street.
Bond Street.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I worked at the same time with Mr. Ryder.
Mr. Ryder, yeah, you knew Mr. Ryder? Yeah, he's the white guy. And so, Mr. Ryder, you know, Mr. Ryder came with us to teach us, right? I mean, to help my dad out. And they were doing push-up, man, and they got to about 30-something push-ups, and they were still doing it. Dad looking at him, and he looking at my dad. And they kept going. And, man, they were barely going up. But Daddy beat him, and when he beat him, he did 5 more than what he did. I said, "Go ahead, Dad." And so I learned a lot, you know, and like I said, he said, education is a good thing to have, man. And so, but not only did he teach me about education, that's all right. Didn't get too much, but he talked about the word of God. And that's what really made the change in my life. Knowing about Jesus Christ. And you know, talking about him, you know, like I told you, he was driving a truck one day. And we was in Mississippi. He driving the truck. He went around the curve, right? Fell asleep. He about to fall asleep, and he went over the cliff, and he woke up, and he jumped out, and he caught a hold to a persimmon sprout, and 50 feet below the truck hit the ground. Boom! Blew up in flames. And Daddy holding on to that branch, and he remembered his faith. He said, "Oh Lord, I need you real bad right about now. Is anybody up there?" And a few minutes later, you heard a voice say, "Henry, have faith. Turn loose of the branch." My daddy said, "Is anybody else up there?" That's some of the things, you know. He taught me real good, man. Yeah, he taught me about having faith, and this is a true story. In my box, you know, I played football before I started boxing. I was bad, man. I could run across the field from the split end and make the tackle that the tight end would make. I was just good like that. I was super fast. But they wouldn't play me, man. I wouldn't play it. I told my dad, I said, "I'm gonna quit." He said, "No, son, don't quit." He said, "You got about 4 more games left." I said, "But Dad," I said, "they ain't playing me. They play Joe Holmes and Hastings them. They ain't playing me." He said, "Your time will come." I said, "Man, no, we only got 3 games." I said, "I'm gonna quit." He said, "Don't quit, son." I said, "I'm gonna quit." "No, you're not." And when he said it in that voice, I knew I wasn't gonna quit. So we played the next game. We played against Barstow. First string got taken out. Second string got taken out. Third string, I got put in. I played defense. All you could hear was tackle by Hearns, tackle by Hearns, tackle by Hearns, intercepted by Hearns. I was bad. I was doing all over the field. Look, I knew I was bad, but they wouldn't play me. And so at the end of the season, right, we only had 3 games, but I played first string. The end of them three games, I played first string. And at the end, all the football players, we all went to get our reward. So I'm just sitting down with my dad. We all sitting down there, and my family. And all of a sudden they said, "We have a young man, Coach Bujo, never forget it." He said, "We have a young man that I believe if we would have played him more often, we would have won more games." And we didn't play him until the end. And that's when everybody was getting taken out. And he played third string, but we started playing him. "Brother Hearns, would you come on up? Henry Hearns, would you come up and get your reward?" I said, "What?" I was shocked. And I went up there, and those words stick with me today. Your time will come. I don't care how bad it is. And didn't you say that, Dad? That ain't a joke, didn't you say it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. He said, "Your time." I've not been lying on him all day. But he said, "Your time will come." And my time did come. And now, when things don't seem to be going my way, I said, "Well, it ain't going my way, it's going God's way." I said, "My time will come." You know, I stayed in my car for a long time, you know. I'm trying to do the right thing, right? I had this lady I was working for, and she wanted me to be a care about it, but I had too many people. And the lady told me, I got too many people, so I got to let one go, or I have to move out my apartment. I said, "Well, shoot, well, I'm gonna let her go." I told her, I ain't gonna say her name, but anyway, I said, "Look, baby," they told me I can't stay in my apartment because I got too many people. I'm making too much money, so I gotta let one of you guys go. And I've been with the rest for a long time, you know. I said, "I can't let them go." I said, "You didn't." "Oh, Henry, don't let me go, please." I said, "Yeah, hey, I ain't gonna stay in my car." I said, "I gotta let you go." I said, "No, keep me, Henry. Come on, no, we've been through all kinds of things, you know." I said, "Well, okay." So when the lady called me back from the I forgot ISA and said, "Mr. Hearns, are you gonna you gonna move out, or you gonna let this person go?" I said, "I'll move out." I said, "I'll move out." I said, "This would be something new for me. I never stayed in my car before. I want to see what it's like." You know, it's an adventure, right? I said, I didn't mind. I stayed in my car, man, and you know, and that was, I forgot, that was 2009. That's when all the houses were falling, and it was for me to stay in my car, because remember I told you I'm not that smart, right? And so what happened? I said, dang, Lord, if I had a better education, I could have had me a house and all this. I wanted to stay in the car. But I was parked next to doctors and lawyers. They was in their car with their family. I didn't have my family. My kids, my daughter was in LA and this stuff. I said, dang, God, education don't really mean that much. You know, it means a lot. But you got doctors and lawyers sleeping in the car next to me. Oh man, I'm a bad man. And that's what I felt. I said, it's doing what God say. You know, I talked to some people about it. I said, how can you be a witness for God? You know, you sleep in your car. I said, it's just a matter of time. I'll be back on my feet. I got me a nice, beautiful apartment now. I praise God for that. You know, I thank God for allowing me to stay in my car. Oh, and not only did I stay in my car, but there's a guy. I had my storage. When I moved out, I had to move my stuff in storage. His name is Joe Hammond, a white guy. And I found favor with him. He told me, and this has been about a year, I was staying in my car. He said, Henry, he said, were you busy? I said, no, sir. He said, can you come to my office? I said, yes, sir. I went over there. He said, when I got there, he said, you still sleep in your car? I said, yes, sir. He said, would you like to sleep in one of them mobile homes back there? I said, what? He said, yeah. I got a mobile home. The lady, she moving out. She gonna clean all the stuff out. It's just the mobile homes where you hook up to the back of the car, but you can stay inside. I give you the key to the gate, so you be in safe, you know? Inside of the gate, inside of the place, you be all right. I said, yeah. He said she'll be out this week. Check with me in the week. In the weekend, she didn't move out, you know, so she never moved out. So another week passed, and she still ain't moved. And so Joe called me and said, would you come in the office? I said, yes, sir. And so I went to the office. He said, Henry, she never moved out, you know, and I feel kind of bad about telling you to sleep in that thing, that little mobile home. I said, that's all right, Mr. Hammond. He said, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to let you have mine. And he had the big, long one. I mean, wow, it's a mobile home. I said, really? He said, yeah. I said, that's all right. He said, boy, don't you need a place to stay? I said, yes, sir. You can stay there. And he gave me the key to the place. I can come in and go out when I get ready. Big bed and stuff. Oh, man, I live like a king. And then I got my own place, apartment, you know. And I thank God for doing him. He's in Vegas now. But we talk every now and then. I go up and see him, you know. But I had a good time. And there's old Raspberry, that's my cousin. And he came from L.A. I didn't know that. I saw him come up and say, I look like him, but anyway, I'm trying to talking to the food, get ready, and no, I'm ready to eat now. I heard it said it take a little while, but I told all the jokes I knew. Keep everybody company, and you missed a lot of them there, but it's all right. And I remember one time, huh?
As I heard him.
Yeah, you heard something, babe. I got another one, you know, one about me and him. You know, we go, you know, he's a pastor, you know, we'll go to see people in the hospital, right? And we were about to see this lady named Sister Green, right? And so we sitting down there talking, and you know, and Daddy eating up all the peanuts, right? And man, we sitting down there talking, having a good time. And so we getting ready to leave, and he said, oh, Sister Green, I'm sorry, I done ate up all your peanuts. She said, oh, that's all right, Pastor. My teeth so bad, my husband, he just made me some chocolate covered peanut, and I sucked the chocolate off and spit the rest on the plate. I'm sorry, but he likes to eat, boy. He can eat, boy. Like I said, we're down in Mississippi, you know. We're at my granddaddy's house, and his daddy, I'm sorry I had to say that, Dad. But you know, he lived up the hill, right? And so me and my dad were walking, and this man came by, he had a great big old watermelon. I mean, it was big. And he said, I bet you $50 you can't eat this watermelon. My dad looked at the watermelon and said, I bet you he said, before I make that bet, can you hold on a minute? He said, yes, sir. My daddy ran up to the house. He was gone for a few minutes. He went up to his dad's house and came back down. He said, I bet you $50 I can't eat it. He said, give the money to the boy. He gave me $50. My daddy busted that wild man. He ate the rhymes and all, whole thing. He said, I want my $50. I gave him $50. He said, okay, yeah, you won the $50, but why did you have to go back up to the house and come back down before you made the bet? My dad said, because my dad said, because my daddy had a watermelon about the same size as that one. He said, I knew if I eat that one, I eat the one that you had.
Oh,
Yeah, both of them, boy. That was like, back there, you eat, boy. But anyway.
Yeah, right.
I know you. I know you done.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
You know my mother?
That's what I'm gonna say.
Mother
You-
Daniels?
Yeah, Mother Daniel, right. That's my buddy. I call him now and then.
Yeah.
Can't catch it, but I call him every now and then. How was the Mother's Day?
Mother's Day was good.
Good, all right. Mother's daddy, man, her daddy, man, he was bad. I like it. Deacon daddy, yeah, I love it. We went to Spirit of Truth. We had a good time, but I just love to hear him laugh and could cook. Ooh, we cook. Yeah, Papa Daddy boy, hey, he was real good, man. I love the family. But they have a wonderful mother and father. You know, although dad in glory, but see, he had a good time up there with my brothers and sisters running around with Jesus Christ. And we all gotta go that way sooner or later. You think? Mm-hmm. That's right. And so it's best to have your soul fixed with the Lord. Because if it's not fixed up with Jesus, you ain't gonna make it up there. You know, yeah. But you know, I had a vision. I remember these three guys, a black guy, a white guy, a Mexican guy, they died, right? And they all were going to heaven. And so they was asking St. Peter, he asked the white guy, he said, did you ever mess around with your wife? He said, no, I was very devoted to my wife. I love my wife. I didn't do nothing wrong with my wife. And so he said, come on in, you got a Cadillac. So he asked the Mexican guy, he said, did you mess around with your wife? See, senor, I messed around a few times. He said, okay, you got a bicycle. He went in, you know, he got to the black guy. He said, did you ever mess around with your wife? St. Peter, I messed around with my wife every time I walked out the door. I was messing with some woman, man. I couldn't help myself. Every woman I saw I was with her. He said, okay, you got a tricycle. He ride down around heaven. About a week later, he came back up to St. Peter. He said, St. Peter, what my wife doing on roller skates? So he was messing around more than he was. What my wife doing on roller skates? Anyway, like I said, Bill, that's about enough. Bill, that's my friend, and like I said, he's been a good friend, and all y'all are good friends. I appreciate all y'all. And coming out and giving me some support for my birthday. Keep my family in prayer. My sisters, I got three sisters left. One of them, she hurt her foot, you know. Is her left foot or right foot? Left foot. You know, she kicked her husband in the behind. They had to take her some surgery to get her out. No, she tripped. She tripped from the. They got a mobile home, and tripped and broke her ankle and stuff. And so she couldn't make it. And John, his daughter's birthday. She's up in Oakland somewhere, and so he went up there. It's on the 18th. So he wanted to be with her, so nobody drive her around. And my other sisters, they getting ready to, they got to sing. They're going to sing tomorrow. This is a church anniversary.
The church is having its 75th anniversary, 75 years of existence. And we having 2 days. And so Saturday, Angela will be leading a choir. I don't know if any of you all here are in the choir. No, I'm sure you're not, because you would have been at the rehearsal. Because the rehearsal is today, and that's why she couldn't come. And then, of course, Sylvia is in the choir.
Yeah. So.
What time is it gonna be?
o'clock Saturday. And, oh, it's gonna be a whole bunch of things that take place on Saturday. And it'll be in the fellowship hall at the church.
When I lived out there, one of my most favorite moments was going to your church.
That's right.
Yeah,
And
there
Scotty
were
was
three of
one
us
the-
white boys. And he'd get into preaching, and you know, I'm 9 years old, and he's in there preaching it, just going at it.
Hooping and
Everybody's in the aisle and go, wow.
jumping and
I
shouting.
missed that. So I was in the choir for a little while today.
Right.
Yeah, he was.
And I really missed that so much when they took me out. The foster care system took me out.
Right.
But that's one of my most favorite moments is the time in church with you guys.
Yeah, I used to listen to them hoop and holler. Go ahead.
So anyway, that's, the Saturday part will be pretty much a musical of older songs that we used to do and so forth. So Angela is leading them to do that. There will also be some awards. I don't think any of you all, and I'm sure that you may remember, did you remember Mrs. Richmond?
Yeah, and the Mobleys and the Jacksons. And
But do you remember Mrs. Richmond was a musician?
Right.
Yeah, he.
I didn't know him personally,
Uh-huh.
but I do remember a lot of the names.
So there's
there.
gonna be some award given out
Okay.
in honor of Mrs. Richmond.
Yeah.
That's all today.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow, then Sunday morning, my granddaughter, my second granddaughter, will be one of the speakers. The title of the anniversary is A Lifetime and a New Beginning. Lifetime and a New Beginning. So we have a young man, and I don't know if you remember Danny Black. He was there, look, yeah. Well, Danny got grown, his mother was pretty much a little drug addict, and, you know, she died, but he still got stronger, and then he went into the military, became a second lieutenant, then first lieutenant, captain, and now he's a major, and he's in Korea, he and his family, so he will be flying here during the first part of the sermon. And then the second part of the sermon will be done by my granddaughter, and she'll be doing the New Beginning part of it. So, and also some awards will be handed out on Sunday as well. And
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's a blessing. 75 years, most
Yeah.
churches don't
75
last.
years. And I was there for 52 of those years.
Wow.
Yeah, the church was about the size of this here room.
Yeah.
At that
It was
time.
small when we got there.
And then when he finished, man, real big. I remember, I hate to say this, man, but they were trying to put him out the church. And Daddy was kind of like Daddy. I mean, Daddy was something else. And he said, bring your, and this is inside the church. And I kick your behind, but he was being nice. I just said, I'm being nice. But Daddy would fight. And there's some big old deacons. And they want to try to kick him out of the church, you know. Change is hard sometimes, you know. And they didn't want to change from their ways, you know. And he's trying to teach them a much better way. And I remember I was a little kid. I said, Dad, don't worry about that. I said, you gonna have, I was a little kid, and I said on the lap, we lived in Little Rock across the street from the church. I said, you gonna have a church bigger than this one, watch. I was a little kid, I didn't know, but God always had me, you know. I don't know why I lied so much, but he always had me, you know. And speaking of my dad, now, you know, you see him walking on this cane, on this thing. You know, we went hunting about, last week, we were hunting out there, we went up there in the mountains, right? Me, Herb, and some more people, we went hunting. Had about 5 dogs, you know, and yeah, we went hunting, man. And next thing you know, we went way off and left the car, you know. We went out in the woods, and this bear, he got, that bear got out and he just snapping them dogs. So we started running. We went off and ran. And we got almost to the car. Said, oh man, we forgot Daddy. We left Daddy out there. Daddy sitting in the car and said, hey, here I am. he beat us down. He beat us back, you know. Now this one, you know, Daddy was using the army, right? And so he was coming in from Korea, not Korea, he was coming in from something, but they were on a plane, right? They were skydiving, you know. The guy said, okay, what you do? You know, he was telling him how to jump. You jump out the plane, you count to 10. You count to 10 and pull the ripcord. He said, if that door open, you got one up under there, and you pull that. He said, and the parachute open. So the guy was going right in front of my daddy. He said, you say, count to 10, and pull the ripcord. The man said, you just count to 1 and pull yours. And you pull yours. Yeah, he was hit the ground, but he got to put it. He said it'd be ready about 7. What time is it?
7:20.
7:20. We should be ready. I think I talked long enough. You think?
Okay, great.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Appreciate it. Thank you. And I thank Dad for letting me talk about him a little bit. And,
Oh, just one more thing too. Remember, he taught me English.
Yeah, I taught him English.
Is that a lie or the truth?
That is a lie.
I was gonna say you have to learn more than
Apple pie.
apple pie. Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta learn some vowels and things, right?
And I was telling my dad, I don't know if you bought them or not. Did you bring the books?
I did not.
See, I was giving everybody $5 off.
Oh, you gotta go to the
And
celebration.
she's a writer. I wanted you. She's a writer. I wanted you. And when is your play? She doing a play? I mean, not her. That's Milton. Milton out here. You know, all y'all looking like to me, so look at it. Anyway, I'm sorry. Yeah, Milton not here, but I thought she. I was giving everybody. Yeah, she told me she'd be late. Yeah. And so, okay.
So let me go check for the food.
Yeah, let's see if it's ready. I try to entertain as good as I can do it. Yeah, thank you. Well, thank you. I try to be.
I might have to hire you.
Hey, anytime. I'll be glad to.
I would say stand-up comedian, but you're not standing.
Right. You know, if I stand, I can't do it. I still, last time we were doing it, I only do like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I get tired of standing.
Yeah.
I said, I do sit down.
comedian. Yeah.
I can relax and I can think.
Right.
But standing up, boy, it takes too much concentration.
Right.
And I got a lot on my stomach. And I can't stand up too long. You know? But yeah, I sit down, I can relax, and I can think, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so man, Daddy got a book out about his life story, and it's very touching and very good, you know. Yeah.
What was that? I did a funeral just recently. Someone who had lost one of their close relatives. Wasn't a husband. It wasn't a wife.
I got these two.
Glass.
Oh, and Sean.
Oh, this is more.
Chairs right here.
Oh, this one seat right behind there. Oh, here's some more seat.
Right there. How you doing?
My car parked like this, I'm right there, right there. Bed right there. We be beating everybody.
You been okay?
I broke my arm. You don't lose all. About 3. You lose about 300. We lose about
My brother does not lie.
That's right, thank you. Yeah, but we be having a good time.
Oh, the cards goes over there, in the corner, right there. And the cards go over there. Hi, Miss Glass, how you doing?
Yeah, but Wednesday night we be here.
Let me say this. It says I'm so busy in the kitchen. I'm so thankful for everybody that's coming here. And you know, when you're so busy doing this and trying to entertain everybody, I say, Henry, this is your party. I said, we're not going to play cards till after we eat, because that's what they want to play, cards and dominoes. They come play cards over here. We have fun. We pastor. Bishop, we laugh, we joke, but we love one another. It's about love and caring for one another. And Henry, come as a part of our family. I call this my dad. We might not see eye to eye, this is my granddad. I don't see eye to eye, but I love this man and I'm there for him. If he gets sick, if he needs me, I'll be there for him. And he knows he got a person we can call on me if you ever need me.
And he been there for me. When I was sick, he told me, come on over, stay over here. And that's one time I stayed in my car. I was spending the night over here. And then I need some money.
But let me tell you,
he let me have it. You know?
But you know what? We went to a party. Henry and I went to a party, and some people advised other people to the party wasn't there, and they made a comment something about me wasn't good, and I didn't hear it. Henry heard it. You know what Henry did? Went up to the man. Hey, dude, that's my friend that you're talking about. And I don't like that. He's a nice guy. And Henry said, this guy said something about you, and I didn't like it. The next time I see the guy, the attitude totally changed. but see, Henry wouldn't have stood up for me. And that's why I never forget that about Henry Hearns. And I'm so happy that, you know what I mean, that he wanted this party. And I repeat myself again, I didn't want to be about everybody come play dominoes and cards right away. I want to be about focus on him and give him this day. Because we don't know about tomorrow and the next day. And I'm so happy to have his fathers here with us that stick by his son. And that's a blessing. That makes him feel so good to have his daddy drive all over in town. Got the mountain thing get you lost, but he finally made it here. And I know Henry so bad, his dad always be for him all the time. And so, and he's there to see how much people that he loves his son.
Right.
And you see people that comes all the way to love your son and be there for him, that means a lot to him.
It does indeed.
And that he was able to be here. And thank God. And you know, somebody else want to know Henry should go up and say something about him.
Right.
Give his flowers while he's alive.
Right.
And so let's take this moment, those who know Henry or know of Henry, share something good about him.
I got one thing I want to say. You can give me my flowers while I'm alive, but I'll take money too.
Yeah, and so we're going having fun. And Deborah's here, and Deborah should sing a song.
And Dad, did you see who that was over there with the hat in the back? Did you see who that is?
It's supposed to be you, right?
No, right there. I'm talking about with the hat on over there.
The guy out, the hat on the corner.
Stand up for a minute, sir.
With the cap on.
Right
With the
there.
cap on.
You know,
Oh!
yeah.
How about that?
He don't
know yet.
He know who you are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he know.
What did I do?
He didn't see you.
Get up and go hug him.
No, it's all right. All right, we can do it.
While we getting this together, I just want to share something about him. There are many people can say something about him. If you can say just a little bit.
Okay, I'll say something about him. I'm gonna say something about him. I don't know how good it's gonna be, but
Go ahead. If it's good or bad, at least he knows the truth.
and it's gonna set him free. You're not gonna whoop me again. Every time I come over here, him and his partner, Betty, they whoop the space. But when I catch him by himself, you know what I do to you, right?
Yeah, she beat me.
I whoop him when I catch him by
I
himself.
ain't got no partner.
Oh no, that's too. No, hold this a moment. I don't want to play with those two people.
I'm not afraid of
They whoop us every time. Henry.
That's Betty.
Betty, that's his partner.
Right there.
And you're playing what?
Spade. And Henry like a little kid, you know what I mean? And he said, I'm sorry to hurt you. I'm sorry. He comes on like a kid, and they will play and play. He like a little 4-year-old kid acting up because he's so happy because he gets whooped now. All of a sudden, we're gonna come up on him, right?
Last time.
I said, well,
You got
Henry,
one last
how
week.
you
Who whooped
doing?
y'all?
Well,
Barbara
don't worry about it. I'm gonna get you.
Barbara and Donna.
They build every now and then. Remember I talked? Hey, remember one night?
And one night you and Mary beat us.
Didn't I tell you last week? I told him Wednesday, I said, Dad, we got beat tonight. I told him that.
Hey, we gotta get beat sometime.
Yeah, sometimes.
We have to give them some kind of incentive to play.
About 2 out of 10. We got 2 out of 10. That ain't bad.
And guess what? And she's the no queen.
Oh, yeah.
Queen of no.
She's the queen of no and Spain big.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she played big queens of no. And those over there are dominoes players over there. And but I play them all.
Go with Christ for a better life, says Henry Hearns Jr.
How you doing? Bishop Hearns, how you doing? I'm doing good. You got a strong handshake, look at that.
Nice to meet you. I'm fine, thank you. It's such a blessing to see Henry and his father.
Here, Ben, let me say something. I am so happy to be here with my grandfather. This is my dad. And we'll, how much we love one another and care for one another. And I'm so honored to have Bishop at my home again to celebrate his son's 69th birthday and all the people around us that loves Henry. Henry's in love, he's loved over here. We all love him, and Bishop knows that. He see all the love that came over him. They love his son, and that's a blessing. And I want to share that with everyone.
Happy birthday, Henry Hearns Jr.
I took this picture when he was at his church, when he was doing his service. I took from my camera. I said, I'm going to put this picture for his birthday.
Happy birthday, Henry Hearns Jr. Happy birthday, Henry Hearns Jr.
Happy birthday, Henry. I love you, and hurry up, and so we can beat somebody tonight in spades, okay?
Happy birthday, Henry. We love you.
I have a problem. There's my sous chef over here who just runs off and do everything else. I don't know if that needs to go over here. Stop. What you need? What you need? What is that? That's food. I'll put it over here.
Happy birthday, Henry Hearns Jr. Happy birthday, Henry Hearns Jr.
What's up, Celine? Henry's birthday. So that's some chicken wings. So this is Henry. We're doing all this man right here. Good man, and that's his dad right there. That's his cousin right there. Gwen right here. So that's it. So we're gonna edit this video, show it, and the guy holding the video is taller than me now.
Happy birthday, Henry Hearns Jr. 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 Hearns Jr. Happy birthday, Henry Hearns Jr. Happy birthday, Henry Hearns Jr.
Oh yeah, you see my
Happy
flyers over there?
birthday, Henry Hearns Jr.
Thank you so much. She's from my church. Yeah, we ready to say happy birthday. Now, here's the birthday
Happy
boy.
birthday, Henry
Henry
Hearns
asked me about 2
Jr.
months ago
And then he asked to make the cake, and I said, I'll think about it. So, what all this thinking about, this is what I came up with.
All right.
So, this is for him. Now, I made his favorite cake, German chocolate cake. I make it for him all the time. And his flames are going, so everybody got the picture? Henry, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Henry. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Yeah, there we go. We got to put these candles out there. Yeah, we're not blowing them. We're not going to blow them, so he's supposed to do it this way.
I'm a fan.
Make your
I'll
wish.
see if I can do it one wood.
Go with Christ for a better life, says Henry Hearns Jr. Go with Christ for a better life, says Henry Hearns Jr. Thank you, Ben Dacker.